Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new hits and misses, a follow-up video. These are the videos that I do following up from my trying new makeup series that I post most Fridays over here on my channel. I will have the video that I am following up from listed down below in case you're curious to see my first impressions. But I'm going to be reviewing items from Huda Beauty, Pure, MAC. I have some Carity in here and Milk Makeup. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Okay, so I did also want to say I did film this look for a new Try to Get Ready With Me video. I'm pre-filming pretty far in advance because I'm going to be gone over the Thanksgiving holiday visiting a family, so I'm not really sure the order and how things are going to get edited and whatnot, but I did film this look. So if the video is up, if the video is up by now, I will have it listed down below. If not, it will be in my next Try to Get Ready With Me video. So I did want to say that. Alrighty, but I love doing these follow-up videos to be able to give my thoughts on everything, and in that video I did try out one of the new Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes. This one is in Emerald Obsessions. So this was part of her new line. These ones are limited edition, which I'm not a big fan of. Her other palettes that came out prior to this are not limited edition, and I don't really know why these are limited edition, but I don't like that. But I decided to pick up the Emerald palette because I don't have a lot of palettes with this very like green color story, so I thought that would be pretty fun to try out. I really like these eyeshadow palettes. They're $27. You get 9 different shades. You get a mirror. I think that these are great. I've purchased a lot of them in the past. I've been really happy with them. I recommend them very frequently. So I was excited to try out another one. She came out with a beautiful range of these gemstone palettes, I think is what they're called, and I was having such a hard time deciding which ones to get. I ended up going with the green because, like I said, I don't have a lot like this in my collection, so I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do it. So I will say for this one, I'm not like overly impressed. I'm not like, oh dang, this is my new everyday palette, which I kind of know that looking at this, that this isn't going to be my everyday style of palette, but I don't dislike it. I'm not going to return it. Like, I don't like hate it or anything like that. I'll still use it, but I definitely am like, ooh, maybe I should have picked a different palette, you know what I mean? But I think that I'm still going to be happy to have this in my collection because every once in a while I'm gonna get that wild hair and I'm gonna want to do an all green look or to play with some of these greens, incorporate some of these greens in here. I think one of the things that's kind of making me like, not sure I totally love it isn't necessarily the color scheme, but some of the colors in here, like this kind of minty color is a really light minty color and it just does not show up very well, which kind of like, I mean, you can't even see that swatch. I'll try to build up the swatch a little bit so you can see it, but it's just not a very pigmented shadow. And I mean, it's okay for like blending out, like if I'm trying to like blend out the crease and I've used something that's a little bit of a deeper green, which this one here is a bit of a deeper green. It's nice to have a lighter shade still in that same kind of color family to blend things out with, so I don't mind it for that, but I wish it was more, like I wish it translated more to that mint green color on the eyes. And the shimmers for the most part are really gorgeous in here. I don't have a lot of complaints about them. Kind of these last two right here, especially this really, really dark green one, I don't love the way that that one looks on my eyes either. I'm probably not going to use it a whole ton, but especially in the top row, these two shimmers in the top row are really, really beautiful. So I think it's a nice palette. It's not going to be my absolute favorite Huda Beauty palette or anything like that, or my most reached for palette, but I still like it. If this is your color scheme and what you want to go for, you know, I would still recommend it, but I will say that not all of the shadows performed like I thought that they were going to perform, just having tried so many other of her eyeshadow palettes. So I did want to go ahead and point that out, and those are just kind of my thoughts on the Huda Beauty Emerald palette. I know I was getting some questions of like, do I absolutely love it? And it's like, I like it. Like, I don't think it's bad and it's not, you know, the worst thing ever, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, yes, like I have been about some of her palettes in the past. And again, could be the color scheme and could be just a few of those shades that didn't perform as I thought they would. But those are my thoughts on the Huda Beauty palette. Now I also did try out in there, this is from Pure Cosmetics. This is the Love Your Selfie 3 palette. And I am actually wearing some of it today. I have the bronzer, blush, and also the highlight on from this palette. So this is what the Love Your Selfie kit looks like. Okay, so this is $36, but it also includes a few other things. In addition to having eyeshadows and then the 3 face shades, it also does come with a mini of the Pure Fully Charged mascara, which I think is a really nice mascara, and then you get everything for $36. I have reviewed the Love Your Selfie 2 in the past on my channel. I really like that as well, the face shades, the eyeshadows. That actually came with even a few more products, and it was like more of a bulkier, almost kind of like a box that it came in. This one is definitely more sleeker and a little bit easier for like storage and such, but it's still, you know, obviously bigger than a normal eyeshadow palette. You got like this fun packaging going on in here. That might not be for everybody. You might not want that. You might want something that's a little bit more on like the traditional side, I guess, for an eyeshadow palette. But if this is your kind of thing or you don't mind that, I really recommend these. The Love Your Selfie 2 I thought was so fantastic. This is just, you know, like I said, more of a condensed version of that one, which I think is great. If you didn't want all of the different eyeshadows, if you didn't want the bulkier box, but you still wanted to try something like this out, $36 for the eyeshadows, the face shades, and a mini mascara, which the Pure Fully Charged was a really, really good mascara. I think that's pretty sweet, so I would definitely recommend these. Also, the glitters in these palettes are so nice in the Love Your Selfie 2, and this one, the glitters I don't feel like are hard to work with, and I'm not someone who wears glitters a ton because these are kind of like the pressed glitters in the palettes here. I don't work with them a ton and I'm not the best at them yet, but in these Pure palettes I have a really easy time with them. I do put some glitter glue down on my lid and I use a brush to apply it, but I do not have a lot of issues with applying it. Sometimes with glitter I kind of have like, I'm gonna say like holes. You know, it's just like it doesn't stick to a certain spot the best. I don't have any issues with that. I get a little bit of fallout throughout the day, but nothing like, I'm not like a huge sparkly glitter ball, like all the glitter has transferred from my eyes to my cheeks or anything like that, but a little bit of fallout throughout the day, but nothing crazy. And I think that they look really good on the eyes. Every time I've worn a Pure glitter, whether it be in a video or I've worn one out with friends once, I just get so many compliments on them. So I think that these are really nice palettes. I would definitely recommend them. I think that you get a lot. I really especially love the face shades out of them though. The glitters and the face shades I think are what are pretty bomb in here. So that is the Pure Love Your Selfie 3. I would definitely recommend that one. I also tried in there, sorry, my desk is always so far away. I don't have like a vanity art table or anything, so I just have things on my my desk over here, so I have to reach for them a lot. But I also did try out the new eyeliners from Milk Makeup. Now these are $22 each. They have a lot of different shades in them. These are their long wear gel eyeliners. These are so good. So good. If you are looking for a fabulous long wear eyeliner that's going to be very creamy in the waterline, these ones from Milk are so awesome. I love eyeliners. I'm that person that has to wear an eyeliner every single day, otherwise I just don't feel like myself. Looking for a good eyeliner, I want something that's going to show up on my waterline right away because I'm most often putting these in my waterline. I don't do a lot on like underneath my lash line. I typically do shadows there instead. So I want something that's going to show up in the waterline. It's going to be like tug proof on the waterline, and I also want it to wear for a really long time, and these do all of that. I've been very impressed with these. Again, they come in a lot of different shades. I love the browns. I think it's called Bonus is the one that I have in my waterline today, and it's like a brown, kind of like metallic brown shade, which is beautiful. There's a really nice navy in here. They have nudes. Yeah, these are great. I don't know what else more I can say about eyeliners, but they really do all of the claims that they say they're going to do. So I've been really impressed with these. I've been hearing more and more people talk about them as well. So I think a lot of people are really liking them, but I would definitely recommend those Milk eyeliners. Next up from Kerity, I tried out their blush bombs. Okay, so these are newer from Karity. I have about 4 or 5 different shades of these. The ones that I grabbed out are Boom Berry and then also a Burgundy Blast, which kind of matches my tones today. These are $14. So inside you get 2 different blushes and then also a highlight shade. So that one was Boom Berry. This one here is Burgundy Blast. So same thing, you have the blush shades and then also the highlight shades. I like these. I think that they're good. They're not anything that was like super overwhelming to me that I found myself wanting to reach for them. You know, I get to try out so much makeup, whether it's because I'm buying it or I'm getting some sent to me, but I have a lot of makeup that I'm always liking to try out, and kind of how I can tell which is my favorite or which I'm really liking is because I'm continually reaching for them without even thinking about it. It's just, oh, I'm getting ready to do my makeup today. Oh, I can't wait to grab that face palette. I can't wait to grab that lipstick. And I noticed with these, I was grabbing for them because I needed to review them. I needed to try them out to review. So they're not bad. I don't think that they're bad quality or anything like that. And for $14, I think that's a really nice price for a nice little compact here with a mirror, your 3 different shades. I love that you get a blush and a highlight. Like I like that it's not just a blush palette or just a highlight palette. You have some different options in there, which I think is great. It's just not an absolute favorite of mine. Like if I was putting it in the makeup monthly, I would put it in the fine category. Not a bad product, not something I dislike, just not an absolute favorite of mine, but I like that there's different options in there as well. You know, the berry, the burgundy, I think there's a pink one, maybe a coral one. So they have a lot of different options in there for what you're looking for. So still good products, just not an absolute favorite of mine. And then the last product that I have to talk about, maybe we're gonna make this one a quick video, but these were the lip products from MAC Cosmetics that I tried out in that video. These are the new Powder Kiss lipsticks. So I am bringing back my lip pick series, and again, like I said, I'm pre-filming, so I'm not exactly, I have a schedule, but depending on like how I can edit and everything, I'm not sure it's gonna go according to plan. But I have already filmed my lip picks video. If it's up, I'll have it linked down below. If it's not, it will be coming. But I actually did go pretty in-depth about these MAC lipsticks in there, so I'll also link that one down below. And unfortunately, I don't love this formula. I think it's just a formula that's not for me. I think a lot of people will like this, but it's just for my preference and what I look for in my lipsticks, it's not for me. That doesn't mean that it's a bad product, and it doesn't mean that I wouldn't recommend it for certain people who are going to like that. So hopefully with something I say, hopefully it'll help you understand if you think this is for you or if you think it's not for you. So the Powder Kiss lipsticks, I just don't really enjoy the way that they wear. I don't think that they're very long wearing, and they get that kind of like worn out look very quickly. You know, even after just like an hour of wear, it really starts to look worn, especially around like the inner part of your lips, the middle part of your lips. It looks like you've been wearing lipstick for a really long time. Maybe you've ate and you forgot to touch up. I mean, that's how it looks after just an hour of maybe just sitting here or talking to a camera, you know, not even eating or anything like that. It wears down very quickly and wears away very quickly. You also don't get a lot of impact with these. And that's another thing that I mentioned in the lip picks video. I was putting on a shade that looked to be like a fairly deep brown on me, and it ended up being a lot lighter because of the powdery type of formula. And I think it's supposed to have more of like a natural look to the lips, but for me, I like more impact, I like more pow. You know, I like liquid lipsticks. I like something that's going to give me a lot of color payoff and really last throughout the day. So that's why I'm saying that for my preference, these are just not what I am going to gravitate towards. I've been seeing more brands coming out with products like this. The Buxom Pillow Pout is kind of that powdery formula. And other brands are kind of leaning towards that right now, so that might be like a new trend coming up. I don't know, but it's not going to be for me. I'm still going to be sticking with my liquid lipsticks because it's just what I prefer. So hopefully that helps you out if you're trying to decide if you want to purchase the MAC Powder Kiss. If you're someone with my type of preferences, I would say you probably won't like them. But if you like a really comfortable, you know, it's very comfortable to apply. It's very creamy to apply on the lips, and maybe you don't mind having to reapply your lipstick, you know, pretty frequently, and you would prefer something that's gonna look a little bit more natural, not as much of an oomph on the lips, I think that you would like these. So they're about $17, $18, I believe, and I think they are also available on the Ulta website right now too. So that's kind of my thoughts on them. They're a personal miss for me, but I don't think that they're a bad product or anything. So those are my thoughts on the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks. But other than that, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing a new follow-up video. I like to be able to come back and be able to give my full thoughts on my trying new makeup series, because a lot of times those videos are first impressions. I like to be able to come back, really be able to test everything out, see how things are going for me, and to be able to give my reviews. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. But as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.